Hello, welcome to week 14 in Human Development and Educational Psychology. Last week you completed your last discussion, so if you haven't had a chance to do that, be sure that you log on. It will be open through Monday, so you can get on and post late if you haven't had a chance to post your original response and then replies to classmates. So this week is really the last week for content. So we have our review, and hopefully you gained a lot of information from that. If you have questions, then you can post in the class discussion board this week as you're working on your exam. But there's two things to complete for this week, week 14. So this is the study guide and final and everything that you need to complete by Sunday. So you have this information for you if you need any additional information before you take the final exam. So do be sure to read through the final exam information if you haven't done so yet. It is available from now through Sunday at midnight. Once you start it, you won't be able to come back into it if you leave. So make sure that you devote 90 minutes to taking it. And it will close at midnight on Sunday. So please be sure to start it at least 90 minutes before that. So it's 40 questions that are worth 2.5 points each for 100 points total. And I've actually put 2 bonus questions in there so you can earn an extra 5 points on the exam. And it's going to be similar to the last one. It only has questions for chapters 6 through 10. So some of the information has come up again in these last 5 chapters, but there's not any specific information over those first 5 chapters. So going back to the exam guide, you have that here as far as like questions and concepts that you need to be sure to study and focus on. You can go to the flip grid that I posted in the newsfeed. It was an opportunity for extra credit, but you can go in. If you didn't participate, you can still go and look at it, at some of the questions from your classmates and replies, just to kind of help you practice with some concepts. And then also this week you do need to complete your instructional strategy portfolio. So this is carrying over from the draft that was due after week 5. You completed it for the first 5 chapters. I gave a lot of detailed feedback. So even if you got a 100, please be sure to go in and look at the feedback that I gave you, because some of you still needed to make some changes before you submit the final draft. So this final portfolio draft is just continuing. So you do submit chapters 1 through 10. So it's adding to the other 5 chapters with these last 4 chapters. Just make sure that you have strategies in your own words that come from the textbook. So these are like suggestions. So you could say something like, as a teacher, I will be sure to come up with, I will have interesting activities for the students, or create interesting activities for the students. But this is like some kind of a specific thing to do as a teacher. If you're not an education major, then you can come up with something to apply to your career. It doesn't have to just be for teaching. And then I want you to apply it. So have like a statement for your strategy, that what you will do, some kind of an action statement. And then your application is you're just going to describe it in more detail. So what is that going to look like? So in your workplace or in the classroom, how do I know that you know how to apply that strategy? So that's what I gave you a lot of feedback on your rough drafts, but just provide some details. I do have the example for you, so you can look at that also. And then just make sure that you take the time to go back and read through it to make sure you don't have a lot of language errors. And then it just needs to be complete and thorough. So you should be able to have 100 if you read the feedback, read the example. Please delete instructions, delete my example, because you're going to submit it to the plagiarism checker. So you want to make sure that it's all your own work and not pulling from my work. So This is actually due on Friday. As you can see in the syllabus, it's not due Sunday. It's actually going to be due on Friday. So please be sure to get this submitted by Friday. Thank you.